Part of what I do is to ensure that I stay organized, as I write everything down. I got video ideas here. I've got some of the companies that I'm targeting, that I'm reaching out to, but copious notes. Obviously, a little bit of doodling in art, just try to stay engaged in the moment, but also have my Ripple journal. This is where I put all of my thoughts, my ideas, concepts that I really want to focus on, ideas that I want to leverage. And ultimately, I can't get organized unless I get some of this stuff out of my head. I use my notebook like it's the most important thing I ever have, right? My Ripple Connection Journal. You can't really tell, but there's my embossed Ripple logo. You can get this on our store. Go to ripplecentral.com/store. Shop. Go to ripplecentral.com/shop. You can get your own journal. And my intent here was actually for people to actually utilize this thing to keep track of all the connections and relationships that they've had throughout the year. When you could go back over multiple years and look at the stories, the little things that you picked up about people, the connection points that you created, this becomes such a hugely valuable resource. And it's also inspiration for new ideas, new connections that you can make, introductions that need to happen, things of that nature. But one of the things that I really struggle with in my life across the board is getting quiet enough to let the ideas, when they come in from on high, actually gel in here. And then because I have so many ideas that are going on constantly, I have to get them on paper. I've tried all different types of online apps. I've tried, sticky notes. I've tried the Notepad app on my Mac devices. I've used Notion. I've used Evernote. You name it, I've tried it. And when I actually have to type it into a laptop and then it gets saved to the cloud, that's where my ideas go to die. I actually have to have hard copy, and I need to be able to put them into the pages of information that I put in here, because I can at any time pull this off the shelf and I can go to it. I can remember what I was into, what I was reading, what I was seeing, what I was putting in my brain at that time, and the ideas that I'm generating because of it. Plus, on top of that, when I look at how I use the Ripple Connection Journal, it's also an excellent way to journal about what I'm experiencing with connections that I'm making, whether it be somebody that I'm re-engaging for, it's been a while and we haven't talked, or it's someone that I have just met and I've learned a few interesting facts that I don't want to forget. They go in here. And so I always have my journal very, very close at hand. And then I also use, as you saw in the beginning of this video, also a planner for my daily activity. And this is where I can actually put my action plan into practice. I can write out the things that need to be occurring, that I need to be focused on. I created a list of things that I needed to start with right here to begin the year, and I'm already starting to tick those off. I just feel amazing when I actually can cross something off, or something that requires a little more attention. I can use one of my colored markers or pens and I can highlight and organize that information a little bit more, and it just gives me a little bit more peace of mind. But the real reason I wanted to make this video, in all honesty, was that I have found that I need to create actual time in my schedule on an ongoing, regular basis to actually have deep work. Places where I can just be focused 100% solely on whatever the activity is without interruption, which means I turn off Slack, I'm muting my phone, I'm not answering my desk phone, I'm avoiding any and all social media platforms for a variety of reasons. One, because I'm distracted. Two, it's because I'll go down that rabbit hole. I'll chase that, those YouTube shorts or those reels, or I'll look at, interesting things. The next thing you know, I'm off my plan. But I'm building in time into my day to create what a safe space for deep work, but more importantly, deep thinking. This is something I really feel like I want to share with you guys, has been my ticket to success over the last couple of years, which is dedicating time to just be in the space. Have my page ready to capture whatever comes into my mind at the time that it does, but most of the time it's spent just staring out into space from my second floor office window, watching the trees kind of just go back and forth when it's windy, watching the hawks as they fly overhead, watching these little tiny birds that just come up on the ledge near my window. These are opportunities to give my brain the space to recover, but also to expand, to allow inspiration to strike when it's ready, and ultimately a placeholder for me to capture that when I can. And it doesn't happen if I'm dealing with 15 different distractions or I've got an inbox that is just out of control, which mine always is. So I'm trying to find a way to be intentional about this process and actually allow myself the luxury of deep thinking, deep ideation, deep brainstorming, and ultimately, at the end of the day, just deep Steve time. I hope you'll think about how you can incorporate that, whether it's 2 minutes here, 5 minutes there, maybe it's a half hour after lunch, maybe it's getting in before everybody else does, maybe it's staying 30 minutes after everybody's left. Allow yourself the time and the space to just see what comes up, and it will inevitably, something will come up and it will blow your doors off. Ideas, new strategies, new angles, new approaches, new direction, all of that stuff may honestly come to you in these moments that you've created to make space for them to come and nestle in between your two ears and eventually get out into paper. One last footnote. All these videos are made possible by this ideation process that I do. I put these things into my notebook and I have a laundry list of topics that I ultimately will get around to making videos for. But honestly, the most valuable content comes from the feedback from my audience. The people that are paying attention to these videos, that are actually taking some good thoughts and ideas from them. I want to know what else you want to hear. I want to know what else would be important to you. Whatever you want to put on the table, feel free to do so. Drop me an email. Let me know that you're a subscriber on the YouTube channel and get in the game. Tell me what you need me to produce for you so that I can provide as much value as I can. The notebook is just one thing, but your ideas and suggestions helping me figure out how I can be a little more creative and maybe present this material to you in a more interesting way. That is what I'm interested in. What is of value to you for this channel? What else can I put together that would be of service to you? I want to know. Let me know. No promises, but I'll do my best to get something produced solely on the ideas that are generated by you. So thanks so much for contributing. Thanks for adding value, doing what you do, and being along this Ripple journey with me. Ripple on.